following the teenagers, I'll do a poem with my sister. It's called High School. I feel like I should wait a minute. But yeah.
Hold on 1 second, Adrienne. Sorry.
That's cool.
I don't trip, we don't trip, nah, we don't trip, we don't trip.
The other day, my little sister started high school, and I felt like a fool because I hadn't noticed the sway in her hips or that she begun to paint her fingertips. And I flipped. And I asked myself, what happens to little girls? What becomes of their innocence? Where is that hidden place beneath beds and behind the seats of cars that virginity goes to after we lose it? But so many of us don't actually choose it. We just see abuse dressed up in the trappings of love. So I wanted to tell my sister to be smart and don't always think with your heart, because sometimes that brings pain. And I couldn't explain exactly how I knew. I couldn't show her my scars, cigarette burns, and tattoos that prove what I've been through. So all I said was, some people out there are going to want to hurt you. And I could tell from the jump that she didn't want to hear it. And it hurt me to know that someone would find a way to tarnish her spirit and her joy. And I wanted to tell her it's not worth giving up the best parts of yourself for some boy who thinks that your worth is between your thighs. And he will tell you lies to you and try to define you. But you are the only one who shows this world how you should be treated. And some of your sisters may say that you're stuck up and conceited and try to knock you off your pedestal. And sooner or later you fall, because sooner or later we all do. And I hate to break the bad news, but there isn't a fairy tale godmother out there to make sure your wishes come true. There isn't a Prince Charming who's going to come along and rescue you. But all the same, don't make the same mistakes I did. Don't let the world make you feel distressed and worthless because you have worth. A goddess who asserted herself since birth. Don't sell yourself for trinkets now when any God-fearing man knows that women have more worth than rubies. But sometimes kids grow a second face after puberty, so some of these new enemies are the same kids she was kicking it with in elementary. And I wanted to tell her about all the men I never had and the one or two that were good enough to love me back, but I knew she was too young to hear all that. So all I said was, enjoy your day, baby. And when you figure out all the things I can never explain, well, you know you can come and talk to me.